Today I'm going to be sharing with you products that didn't excite me as much as they seem to excite a lot of other people. So first up is the Tarte Shape Tape. I have mine in the shade Fair Beige, and I don't think this is a bad concealer. It's just that people talk about it having this incredible coverage, and to me the coverage is just okay. People also say this doesn't crease, which I completely disagree with. It definitely creases on me. And it's also really expensive. This is $27. The new Shape Tape foundation that came out is $39. So I think that I would like this more if it was about $10 cheaper. And then I did want to throw out an alternative to the Shape Tape. This is the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Total Coverage Concealer. I have mine in the shade 100.5, which is the lightest cool tone shade that they have. And I think this is really just as good as the Shape Tape. It has really good coverage, and I think it's a little bit creamier, and it's way less expensive. This is in the $5 to $7 price range. All right, next up we have the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, and I think that this blush is not bad quality, but I don't like the color on myself at all. This is very peachy. There's not really any pink to it, it's just very peachy. And so with my skin undertone that I have, I don't think this looks good on me. It also has a lot of sheen to it, which I don't necessarily hate, but I do prefer matte blushes. So not that this is a bad product either, it's just not my favorite for my personal face. The next product that I have to share with you is the Nubian by Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette. And this is the only palette from Juvia's Place that I have, but people seem to be really impressed with Juvia's Place overall, and this palette especially I've heard get a lot of hype. And again, I don't think any of these products are bad. I just think that there's nothing really that special about this. I think the colors are just okay. I have a lot of these kinds of shades in a lot of other palettes, and I think the formula is just okay too. This formula has a lot of silicone in it, so kind of similar to the way that the Violet Voss shadows feel. And I just don't find myself reaching for this palette because I have so many other warm-toned, neutral type palettes. Next up are the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed. This one is in the shade Pearl, but I have several shades of it now. And I don't think that, again, I don't think these are bad at all. They're really, really beautiful, especially when you first put them on. They go on beautifully. All the colors that I have are just really, really pretty on the skin. However, my complaint with this is that the staying power is terrible on my skin. So within just a few hours, I noticed that these are wearing off. And most of the highlighters that I do have don't have that problem. It just seems to be with the Becca ones. I did want to mention a few less expensive alternatives to the Becca highlighters that I think are still very impactful, but are a lot less expensive, and these do stay on my skin a lot longer. The Colourpop pressed highlighters. This is in the shade Here Kitty Kitty, which is a nice champagne-y color. And then the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighters. This is in the shade Blossom Glow. And then the BH Cosmetics Spotlight Highlight Palette. This has 6 shades. This is going to be the most controversial. Alright. It's the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And again, I don't think this is a bad palette at all. I do enjoy using this palette, but there are a couple things that, you know, just kind of perplex me. So the color selection is nice, but these two colors over here, Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange, are very, very similar when you get them onto the eye. And then Venetian Red and Love Letter, and even Red Ochre to an extent. All three of those look pretty similar once you get them onto the eye, but especially these two. And then, you know, this is supposed to be this holy grail of warm tone eyeshadow palettes, yet they have these, you know, purpley kind of shades right here, and the shade called Warm Taupe, which is not warm at all. It is definitely a cool toned taupe. So like they threw these cool tone shadows in there, and I guess I don't really understand why. I do like this palette, and I don't know if you can tell, but I have gotten a lot of use out of it. It's just that I'm not enamored with it like everyone else seems to be. So those are all the products I have to share with you where I disagree about the popular opinion on them. On which products do you disagree with popular opinions? I'd love to hear from you. Hope you're having a great day. Bye.